Welcome to Bealtaine Cottage. This is the home of goddess permaculture, and my name is Colette O'Neill. And this is Bealtaine Cottage on the very first day that I saw it. And little has changed in the cottage since. It still has the same roof and the walls and windows. Changed the porch, built a wooden one, more sustainable, and the windows now have double glazed units in them. My main concentration has been on the land, 3 acres. 3 acres of very bereft land which had been under monoculture for grazing, as much of the land in the west of Ireland is. So it had been very well used, to say the least. This is marginal land as described by the EU, therefore quite poor. It's all north facing, but I've planted up over 1,100 trees and I've created it's a woodland. I've created a woodland, but it's also a food forest. It provides a huge amount of food, not just for myself, but for all kinds of life. And the view now up the driveway is quite different. And all these videos are all about Bealtaine Cottage and my journey and the wonderful life that is goddess permaculture and living so close to Mother Earth. A beautiful moth on the wall. Over 50 figs on this little tree. I'm so delighted to be able to tell you that In Search of the Goddess Rising has just been delivered to me, all 1,000 copies. I've got to move all these boxes into the lodge, but that's for another day. I'm going to be ensuring that everyone who's ordered and paid for one of these, the book will be enveloped, addressed by myself, and it'll be in the morning post to you. And this is the second edition of this book. You can see there, look, 2020. And also, it's all printed on recycled paper and card. Okay, so I'm very pleased with this. Very, very pleased with it. So blessings to you all, and I'm going to get to work now and get this done. And I'm hoping to take you down to the new path that I've created, because it's virtually finished. I say virtually finished, there's still a wee bit left to do, but it's 95% complete. Well, you know the old saying, plant it and they will come. Oh, no, it wasn't that. It was build it and they will come. Well, the hell with building anything. Plant it and they will come. Look at all the different sizes of bees. You've got big bees, little bees, in between bees. That's a very gorgeous little thing there. Look at that. It's like a little fairy bee. Furry and fairy. They've all come here for their tea. They're here at tea time. It's the tea time bees. Look at that gorgeous girl. Oh gosh, they make me feel so happy. You see, because I know that all is well in the world. All is well with the world. Look at that little love. They're so gorgeous. Do you know, I get up close to bees here. I've never been stung by a bee. Never been stung. Look at them. They're beautiful. They're so beautiful. They're just so gorgeous. They're having such a beautiful tea time. Sometimes I just sit on the bench here. Well, I used to sit. I don't sit so much because you can see all the beautiful willow herb growing up through it. But I've taken to sitting over there now on that little chair. It's in the shade, you see. And just watching the bees. Just watching them. And listening to them. Now there's a tiny, tiny, tiny one. Let me just, I want to show you just how small some of the bees are, because I don't know where it went now. Let me just stand back again. Bees come in all different sizes, and it's not about their age, it's actually about different varieties of bees and different you see, there's 97 different kinds of wild bees. So there's another one there, look. All so very different. Look at this beautiful big one. Here I am, back down on this new path. Oh, that was a pheasant come up out of the undergrowth. On the new path that I've been making. And you can see now how far I've got. I haven't measured it out yet in metres. I'll do that at some point. Yes, I've been busy. And you can still see here on the earth the sort of poaching, you know, the holes that the cattle made all those years ago. Because of course this land was used primarily just for cattle. A few cows. So I've got all the way down to here, so I'm coming up towards the oak tree, and I'm working down towards this big tree here, which is a goat willow. So you can now see some of the Scots Pine that I've planted years ago over there. And this is the new hedgerow. You can just see up there. So I'm going to continue on with my work. This is also the beginning of another heat wave according to the weather forecast. It's going to be very hot this week. I think it's going to reach about 27 degrees centigrade. So I shall be housebound because I really don't get on well with the heat. Well, not that kind of intense heat. So I'm really glad that I managed to get most of this work done up here. So I'm going to take you now for a little dander down along the new path. This is all the barbed wire that I've taken out. So all that's going to the recycling centre because that's metal. The posts I'm going to reuse. I have a few little ideas for those. And now look. See the new path. So let's walk. So now we have the hazel trees on the left side here. The old ditch with some beautiful ferns. Then it opens up onto the Bramley apple tree, which is a beautiful specimen. That's just looking back so far. I'll go slowly. Then it's coming down to where the brambles start in earnest. And you can see I've been piling up all the cut stuff on top of the brambles, or parts of the brambles. So in another year or two, that should be a nice site for planting more trees. So this is a little field maple. That's going to have a lot more room to grow. This is another little field maple. I have to prune it a little bit because it's fallen over with the weight. It was sort of dragged down a little bit by brambles. So what I'll do is I'll prune that. Or I might even stake it. I don't normally stake trees, but anyway, that's for another day. Another little field maple. Now I planted these years ago, but they've really struggled in the brambles. So this is now going to give them a really good boost. I'm talking about boost. I'm going to put some compost around them over the next day or two. So walking on down, you can see now how the earth was. It was all poached by the cattle. So we're going down along this lovely new area, making more room for planting more trees. And that's looking back up now. And this is where the little oak tree is. So at some point I'll cut a little path through here to the oak tree. There's some quite big holes here where the cattle have been. Oop, I've got to watch because you could quite easily break your ankle in one of these holes. So I'll be filling those holes up with some compost and stuff. Now, this is the beautiful goat willow, which I've been pruning now. I've been pruning it, taking off some of the lower branches, cleaning it up, like these bits here, which are virtually dead. Cleaning it up, clearing out from underneath it. Just going to stand by this tree and look back up. This is one of the lovely Scots Pine trees, and behind it is another tree. Now that has struggled as well over the years, but it has found its way. It has found its way. You can see it fell over, and then it sort of started to pick itself up again. It's a beautiful shape. It's an absolutely gorgeous shape. I'm very happy with that. I'm just going to leave it. And then the one behind it, that was fine. It just grew up nice and straight. You can see it. But it's a beautiful tree. So this really inspires me now to maybe make a little bench, make a little wooden bench to go around this tree. But just to appreciate this little corner of the land that had been sort of just left, and now it's time to plant it. You can see this is the road. It's my little garden out there in the road. But it's amazing now, looking back up through some of the planting that's already been done. That's a fine sight, don't you agree? It's lovely to see the land from this angle, and to listen to it from this angle. Well, there you go. Hard work, but worth every drop of sweat. More to do, of course. It's not quite finished yet, but it's about 85% there, I'd say. And Jack likes it because, you see, he gets to sit down here and look out for cars, as he loves to watch cars going by. So this is a lovely spot for him to sit. But he'll only come down here with me. All the little seed, all the little fluffy seeds, look, drifting through the air. This is a gorgeous little spot, isn't it? Blessings to you all. So I just want to leave you with this beautiful shot. Well, I think it's a beautiful shot. It's just at the beginning of the path that I've just shown you, but it's looking over across the silt pond in the evening light. And you can see some of the semi-mature trees now that are here. And then down along there is a little path, you see? But I thought that was beautiful. Just looks so magical. All Bealtaine Cottage books are printed here in Ireland, not offshored or uploaded to Amazon or any other corporation. They're printed in Ireland and they're posted from Ireland. And I do all the work here myself. This is best practice permaculture. This is not being a hypocrite and saying I practice permaculture and then have my books printed and delivered by Amazon. It's truly local, 100%.